All right, people, we are back at the jail. Donnie, what are we doing today?
We're gonna do a little bit of concrete work.
Notice it says 80 pounds, people. We don't do those weak 60-pound jobs around here.
Yeah, if you, on a serious note, if you are looking at buying concrete, the 80 pounds are like, every 3 bags you get an extra bag over the 60s.
Yeah, you save a little money if you buy them by the 80. But you kind of got to weigh out what you're doing. You might not need 80 if it's a small job.
And you also get a discount if you buy a pallet at a time.
Tell them what they should be doing right now, Donnie.
Subscribing to the channel.
We're trying to get to 1,000 people. Now, if by the time this video comes out, we're already at 1,000, we're really trying to get to 2,000.
Yeah, we're really trying to get to 500,000.
We're trying to take over the world.
Keep pounding.
Now, if you Google your name, Donnie, have you done that, lady?
No,
lately?
I ain't done
If you Google my brother Donnie, guess what pops up? #1 result. Donnie, my brother Donnie.
That's me.
All right, we're carrying it in. I would get that one, but I got to hold the camera. So why do we need the concrete today, Donnie?
We're gonna put a hole. We're gonna fill up a hole for a pier.
Two bags is not going to fill up his hole, Donnie.
Yeah, well, one bag might fill it up.
It's huge. It's like 14 by...
This hole back here.
Oh, wrong hole. It could be. I set that whole joke up just so I could say that. All right. So, should we assume everybody's been watching, or should we probably should assume nobody's been watching?
It'd be better assume nobody's watching.
All right, folks. So here's the deal. This is an old jailhouse downtown. It hasn't been the jail in a long time, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna ever refer to it as anything but the jailhouse. That's so cool. We are in the back. Yeah, we're in the jailhouse now. We're in the back room of the jailhouse right now. Who knows what stories these walls have heard? But anyway, the roof is collapsing. So we're trying to save the roof. Now, in the front room, whenever they built this, basically, I'll try to show you real quick. We've talked about this several times, but just so everybody knows, see how there's double rafters? That's because they're anchored in that wall, and they're anchored in that wall, and they cross in the middle, but each one stops about right there. They don't go all the way across. And when they built this place, it appears there wasn't any center support wall. They just nailed the rafters together, which almost immediately made a valley in the roof. And this building was built in the 1920s. So you can do that with the rafters. You can go halfway with the rafters, but you kind of need a wall in the middle to hold them up. And if you're not going to put a wall in, you need a beam to hold up the ceiling. So whenever we came in here, this roof was sagging in the middle, and it appeared that it had been doing that a long time.
About 6 inches.
Yeah, it was sagging almost 6 inches in the middle. So we had it all looked at, and the decision was made that what we really needed was a beam to hold up the ceiling. So in this front room, we have a beam all the way down. If you haven't watched the other videos, you really need to go back and look just to see what we're even trying to do here. There was a drop ceiling all the way around. And so we have gotten rid of that. And we're going back up to the original tin ceilings. Of course, all this will be repaired. But we had to put this beam in to hold up the roof so that it doesn't sag. Now, it would probably hold up without the beam because it did for a long time, but it's a real problem with water. That ceiling needs to be flat. So somebody has built this thing here, and it don't look that old, Donnie. That's probably a 10-year ago job, don't you think?
Yep.
So they were using this building maybe 20 years ago, and it's been sitting for about 20 years. 10 years ago, a gentleman came in here and started working on it. And I think at the time the roof was probably sagging, and he put this in because he was afraid it was going to collapse or something. But you know, come on, we're trying to get it where it's permanent. So that will be coming down. So there eventually will be, the beam will continue. It scared the hell out of me. The beam will continue through here into that back wall. But the back wall, right over the door, of course all that brick has to be replaced and everything, but there will be a beam anchored in that wall. But right in the middle there will be a post holding up the beam. Okay, so that's the first part. That's our intentions. But the problem is, we don't know how thick the concrete is. So, you know, you don't really want to put a post down on concrete that you're not sure of its consistency or whatever. So, in the front room, what we did, everywhere they were going to put a post, we dug through the concrete, poured a footer, and then they put the post on the footer whenever they put the beam in. We made it a little lower than what the floor is going to be so that we can pour concrete over the bolts and the pad down there on the bottom. So we're doing the same thing in the back. So we need a footer there. So we started cutting through the concrete, and there's 2 slabs. So one slab was 4 inches thick, and the other one was 4 or 5 inches thick. So we end up with all of that, which we probably could have just left it. I mean, hell, we didn't need 9 inches to hold it up. Another thing too, in this back room, there's not a ton of weight up here. I mean, it's a lot of lumber and stuff, but it's not the ceiling is right above those
and it's plywood.
Yeah, it's plywood, so we're gonna put tin on it eventually, guys. But anyway, Donnie finally jackhammered through it.
And now I'm gonna put it back.
And now we're gonna put it back. We could have just left it if we would have known, but we didn't know for sure that it was thick. But it was about 9 inches thick. So we got to mix up some concrete and pour it in this hole. Donnie, what are you doing first?
I'm pouring the concrete on the floor.
So you poured it right out on the slab. It's supposed to be in the hole. Why didn't you put it in the hole?
Because I want to mix it first.
You got to mix it. What do you have to mix it with?
Water.
He has to mix it with water. You know Jaime's probably watching this video, right?
Well, I learned all this from Jaime.
I know. He's probably going, man, the gringo is no bueno.
The gringo's no bueno with the pala.
Gringo no bueno with the pala. All right.
See, they wait. And I was thinking, why in the hell are they waiting? They're waiting for that water to disperse throughout everything. So you just got to wait. So that's why the Charlotte road crew just stand around with a handle and shovel, I guess.
And you know, whenever you see the road crew doing it, they're not even filming it.
No.
They have no excuse.
No.
I mean, I have to stand around because I'm filming it.
I know.
So, you know, I mean, I would love to be the one mixing the concrete with the pallet, with the shovel. But it's just not to be.
Yep, just can't do it. Well, see that?
Yep.
Try to get a little thing.
About messed that up.
Try to get a little jiggy with it. And you know what they do when you do that?
What
You
they do?
sprinkle a little over here and make it a little higher.
Is that what they do?
Yep, that's what the guys do.
This is how they do it in Guatemala, people. We tried to get the Guatemalans to come do it this weekend.
They say.
They was too busy. They got other work they got to do. They're trying to earn a living and all that.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it. Maybe ours will come out better, Donnie.
See the air bubbles coming up? That's when you know you're getting somewhere.
Oh yeah, the water must be seeping through into something else, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Now you did it.
Oh, I did it.
Look at the water running off.
That ain't no problem. You just pick it up with the foot and put it back in there. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, the dam has broke. Uh-oh. Don't mix any of that insulation in. That's not dirt over there. That's insulation that fell down whenever Donnie took this plywood down. You didn't film taking the plywood down?
No. You wasn't here.
That's true, yep. You could have set up the tripod. I mean, tripods are horrible. Don't do that.
That's a tripod. I done broke it.
You broke it.
It won't hold it down. Hey, and y'all will probably already see the video of the music
Yeah.
from the Rama and the Ryman and
The Grand Ole Opry House.
I went to both of them, and I filmed that with no tripod.
Mm-hmm.
And see how non-shaky it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yep, Donnie went to the Grand Ole Opry.
And the Rhyme.
And the Ryman.
And Grand Canyon.
And the Grand Canyon. He's filming things from all over the world.
And I went to Sonoma.
Sonoma.
That was a pretty good place. If y'all hadn't been to the Grand Canyon, y'all need to go. That was crazy.
I don't know, Donnie. I don't think it's going to be enough.
I don't think so.
You thought you was going to get away with one bag.
No, I got another bag. But I didn't want to mix both of sometimes, just in case I only needed like a bag and a half or something.
Your mix is still looking a little dry there, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm putting a little more water in there. You know, and the guys, they dump water over all this stuff. I don't know why.
And make it stick.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I don't know if you need all that.
I'm gonna make sure I got plenty. I want that shit to stick. I'm making a monolithic slab here, y'all.
Monolithic slab.
I don't know, that's about right, I believe.
I think you need to mix it a little bit more, Donnie.
Think I need to mix it?
On this end, I still see powdery.
Oh, hell, that'll go away.
I think you might be about right. I think that's it. Throw it in the hole.
Where's my bobcat? Woo! I'm glad that's done.
Yeah, you need a whole other one.
Damn it.
You forgot it. You missed a bag over there. All right, folks, we're gonna mix the second one. We'll show you how it turns out. Bag numero dos.
I'm sweating like a hole in church.
You're in the jailhouse, Donnie.
Yeah, but it feels like I'm in church.
Now, you know that concrete will dry if you just sitting there. You're gonna have to smooth it all out, Donnie.
Not really, the base. It's got a swivel on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
The only reason I'm attempting this, it don't have to be perfectly smooth or perfectly flat. We got to get it as flat as we can.
That piece right in the middle there don't look like it's mixed up. Okay, you buried it.
Another piece of scratch. See, you get that shit like Jello, and just let it wiggle. Just wiggle it.
Just let it wiggle.
Just a little bit. I want to see you wiggle it. I think that's going to be our best attempt right there.
It's looking pretty damn smooth. A little low, but it would only take half a bag to make it taller, so I don't think we can do that. Well, that's pretty good, Donnie. You're not bad at concrete. Where'd you say you learned to do that again?
Guatemala.
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 You
Now,
think they'll let us be one of the Maestro Bros?
I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not.
We're only good for 2 bags. I mean, hell, they mix 100 bags at a time.
All right, well, I think that's gonna work pretty good though for our post. Should we show them our post?
Oh yeah, show them the post.
It's up here. It's waiting. Boy, it's tall, Donnie. Big old tall post. You can order those at Lowe's if you need some. So hopefully they'll get in and get that beam in, get that brick done over the door, so then put the beam in. And that'll be a good, nice, solid pad for our post. Not bad, Donnie.
This is how you clean up afterward. You water it down to the point where it can't do nothing.
Uh-huh. Who taught you how to do that?
Guatemala.
Guatemala. Yeah, I guess if you do that, it basically makes it dust that can be swept up later.
Yep. Guatemala teach you if you just listen. Watch and listen.
In Guatemala, they do a lot of block work, I've been told. They do nothing but concrete and block. They don't really do much brick.
Yeah, they don't like brick. It takes too long.
I think they do it for patios and stuff, they said.
Takes too long. We had them over there working on another project. I don't know if we filmed that one or not, but anyway, we had them doing about, must have been 3,000 or 4,000 brick, and boy, they was pissed. The whole time they was cussing them brick, said we needed to do block, and you know, the whole aesthetic of the whole thing had to be brick. Boy, they didn't like it. But we made it. We got it. And we're talking about buying another project. It's got about 10 million brick on it. And I'm telling Ronnie they're gonna quit before they ever get going.
All right, well.
That's it right there.
I think that's about it. We just need to let it dry.
Yep.
You think people want to watch a video of concrete drying?
I doubt it.
Probably not.
Make sure you rinse your brush out, your broom out real good, or you'll have a bunch of hard little bristles when you get back. There's so much dust in the floor.
All right, that'll clean it up. All right, folks. That's our next step. So I guess that's it, Donnie. I guess we just wait for it to dry.
But we're gonna let them watch it. They might like it.
I don't know. It'd take a while. I'd have to stand here for 8 hours.
Well, and it's the easy job.
Now, tell them how come we're not putting our initials in the concrete.
Because we're fixing to cover it up again.
I'm not putting my initials in there for a different reason.
Well, we don't want nobody knowing who did what.
No, a different reason.
No. Hey, you're in protection program. You're not supposed to tell nobody.
No, not that. That's, I'm using my alias.
Oh, okay.
The you don't need to put your initials in the concrete when your name's on the deed.
That is true.
So, you know, if you're the owner, you don't really need to put the initials in the concrete.
I guess I'll follow his lead and not put my name in there neither.
All right, folks, we'll see you on the next one. Give us a thumbs up for trying to save the old jail. Leave your comments below.
And subscribe to the channel already. We need more people. Please.
And just think they'll get to see us fix all this lovely, well, this jail was like hell whenever people were in here. Think if you had to stay in here. I wonder if it was all decrepit like this whenever they were imprisoning people back here.
I don't know, but somebody told me yesterday that they used to put people in this jail in the 80s.
They were still putting them in here in the 80s?
I think he lied. I think he wasn't.
And they said that the cells were on that side.
Yeah, another guy told me the cells was on that side.
Yeah. So, yeah, but what did Cecil tell you? He would know.
Cells was on that side.
But Mr. Campbell said they were on that side?
Yeah, he said they was on that side.
So one of the guys was a police officer, and he said they were on this side. The other guy went in jail, and he said they were on that side. No, he said he didn't go to jail. His brother did or something.
Said he was almost there.
He said they about got him, but they didn't quite get him.
Somebody walking down the hall bailed him out, or down the
Yeah, he was sitting out in front, and they were going to lock his butt up, and somebody was walking down the sidewalk and saw him sitting in there and came inside and asked him what was going on. And he told him that he needed $40. No, $200. Was it $200?
I think it's 40.
$40 bail money, and the guy said, "Well, I'll bail you out." He gave him $40, and he didn't have to come back in this damn jail room. So that's pretty cool. But we'll try to get some more stories like that on our future videos. We'll ask Mr. Campbell to tell us more about it, and and we'll ask Cecil. Cecil will give us the law enforcement side of it. So leave your comments below, and we'll see you on the next one.